awesome. Okay, we got it. Cool. Alright, so I hope you guys can see all that. Hey, my little guy just woke up and we're just kind of hanging out in here. And the whole family. So it looks like really doing breakfast. And Path of Exile. So I just want to check. It's been a while since I've gone live on Streamlabs. It wasn't working too good. Morning, my friend. Hey, good morning. Yeah. Yeah. Hi. Good morning. So I just have to check and make sure if this is all working. I wasn't expecting everybody to get up by the time I got the test to work. Like now, I guess it's my window might be gone, but we might be able to get into this one a little bit. Just need to check and make sure that we're live in the right places. Hi. Oh, you want this? Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Hi. Good morning. Yeah, good morning. You want to show? Yeah, it must be cool. Saturday morning cartoons. Every day, though. Every day Saturday morning. Okay. See if we can get this all to work. It looks like my live. Let's see. Yeah, okay, cool, we're live. Alright. That is great. So now we can do our but it's got my whole thing live. Alright, so let me go back to this and alright, so let's shut that down. Cool. Alright, so this is going to be our we got it. Sorry about the technical difficulties. This is the Sunder Titan. Show the tooltip real quick. This is for the current league on Path of Exile. We got 335,000, almost 336,000 Sunder tooltip DPS. And so we've got that, and that seems to be working great. This is the build. Here's the tree real quick. We're doing the double aftershocks there and here on the tree, and we've also got it here from nothing. We're using tech rods for the regen, and we've got a little bit of energy shield we went into up here for our regen. We've got quite a bit of recovery on our gear, and so we went with that method. We're also doing a shield setup, which most people seem to not be doing. Most people are using the dual wield. It does good damage, but even with I have a good second hammer, and I do more damage with Chernobyls and with this setup than I do dual wielding. Mostly for the clear, we do more damage because of the Sunder. We were using Prism of Belief. So we set up this way so that we could get an extra jewel socket to run that for better clear. It does great single target damage. We are using Embitter for Sunder and Leap Slam. So I'm on controller too, so try to hover over and see if it, no, it won't. It'll only do the skill when I hover over because I'm on controller. But we're using Embitter and we're using Requip's Flow. Toolie's Bloodletting, Life Leech, and Rapid Attacks, and then standard Earth Shatter with Armor Break. We're using Udatol's Embrace. I think it's great. It's actually improved my armor breaks with Earth Shatter, and it does way more damage. So if you're able to afford that one and get it, then it's a good upgrade. We've got both cries, and the reason why we're using both of them is so that we can get a second activation on the Earth Shatter. So Seismic Cry and Infernal Cry, both of them can detonate, so using both and getting the benefit of both shouts is nice. We're also using Corrupting Cry and Echoing Cry on both, and that's so that we can get our strength, a percent of our strength damage. Extra Corrupt Blood, it's just a little more damage, and then it hits 3 times. That's nice for mapping and clearing, so that you don't have to activate when you're in the middle of the monsters. You can activate as you're leaping, and then you get 2 more activations. You usually get a lot of power with that, so you get a lot of empowered attacks and a lot of area damage for free. So we're doing that in Herald of Ice. We're using the Charge Infusion Combat Frenzy setup. I would much prefer to be able to have enough skill points to go into Unyielding here for attack speed and go here. And we might get there, and then when we do that, we're going to probably drop the Energy Shield and then drop the Energy Shield setup here. And then we're probably going to path to these 2 here for health for the 3%, because we're already in for the attack rating here. And so for the accuracy, pardon. And so yeah, we'll probably do that and try to path to those and try to grab some attack speed and switch our tree around a little bit. It'll require a chest piece that's not Energy Shield for more armor, and then potentially health and percent health mod on that, with the 6% maximum life, probably socket 2 of the sockets. So we want a minimum of like 3 sockets, I think, on a chest piece that's able to get we want the one with the 2% maximum health regenerated per second. So that would probably be realistically the next swap, but it's not necessary. We have 75% mitigation from armor. Some of you guys might think that feels low, but we've got 45% chance to block, and we're hitting like a truck, so it's not been a problem on any front. We also have 3,800 health and 1,000 energy shield. So I haven't checked my path of my PoE Ninja, but just a moment, I'm gonna get a refill of coffee while I'm talking. I haven't checked it recently. They usually use that as kind of a guide, both for your effective hit points and those kind of things. Yeah, I think that might be the next organic change that we do. Using this Constricting Viper Cap, I was really fortunate to find this one. I really like it with the life regeneration rate on it, and the regenerate 1% of maximum health. It had the gain armor equal to 25% of life lost from hits in the past 8 seconds socketed, so I just left it in. Normally I would put like a 40 health in there, but for the 1 socket, but I'm just using it because it's there. It was in when I bought it, so we're going to use that. And then obviously we're using Block Chance in our Chernobyls for the extra 1%, for the extra damage from every 1% chance to block. And so that we don't have to spec into Block Chance for our trees, so we can just go all damage. And then we get the extra damage from Lay Siege here as well, so we get it twice. So 45% twice on all damage and fire damage from Chernobyl, so that's pretty nice. And then we're getting extra damage here from our Block Chance we spec'd in here. I tested it, I spec'd out of this. You may not think that this is beneficial, where the armor's low on Chernobyls, or it's a damage shield, but it does make a difference. I mean, you're talking about 30 and another 20, so it's another, I think it's another 55% attack damage. And so our Herald of Ice gets that as well as the attack tag. And so also magma bearing, so we're running that for more attack, so we don't have to spec into it. That's the other reason for using this chest piece. I picked it up, it had spirit, and so it had both, and I was already using the energy shield setup. So there's a fella I'd like to thank for this build. I might put it in the comments on my YouTube, but he's the one who came up with the volcanic titan. It's based off of his build. He swapped his. I just want to check the chat here real quick. I just want to make sure that we're addressing people talk. Okay, cool. Yeah, so So I will credit him. I'll go and check his name. I've been following his build. He swapped his build off of this. Mine's more of his early league, whereas so he spec'd out of the energy shield as well and went with the normal breastplate. So I think that might be the way. But overall, this works. Let's just do some mapping and get into it. We talk quite a bit about the build. If we get some questions in chat, I'll check in between maps, but right now I'm not set up to see both. But yeah, we've got Overgrown here. I think we'll do this. We'll just do a juiced up map with 6 mod. Yes, Liam. Yes. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, you can talk. Kids. I've been a dad for over 2 decades, so I have 3 boys, and that's my youngest there. So as you can see, we've got precursor there, so it's a tier 15 irradiated, and we'll just do double there. I don't usually look at the mods too much. I just make sure that there's no extra chaos damage, because I'm not socketed really for a lot of chaos resist, and then no lowered recovery, because that really hurts our build, because we're using our life to cast. We don't have blood magic, but we are using a Toolie's bloodletting, and we're using life tap on nearly everything else. We also have Chakra of Thought, anointed, the attack speed and stuff. I could show my jewels a little later, I think, but we'll just kind of show how the build works. It's a little laggy. So we didn't go into the area damage really, mostly because we're so tough that these small monsters don't really hurt us. I mean, I'm sure I could get a lot of clear out of it, but I like having single target damage for bosses, because they're the ones that are actually dangerous. Like, most of this stuff can't really hurt me. I mean, as long as I'm attacking, it's pretty easy. I can just stay at full. Like, they can't even dip into I have 4k health. They can't even really touch my health. They just kind of pop my energy shield. And I'm not leeching energy shield, by the way. I'm just regenerating that back. So the leech will work for your health, because we're spending health to attack. So my leech is well over covering what I'm spending on the skill to attack. And then my energy shield staying at full means that I'm regenerating more damage than they're doing. So they're taking the 1000 energy shield off. And that's at only 75% physical mitigation, with the 45% chance to block. So, I mean, it's a pretty safe build, I would say. I could probably look at that chess piece, but yeah, I just felt like the clear probably would be fancier, but I don't really care about the small monsters as much, because they're not really dangerous. I guess I wanted more. Ooh, yeah, that's cool. This is dangerous. This is actually pretty dangerous. Ooh. Just cook them. Smash them. Yeah, okay, so we did that. It wasn't too bad. I think we took some damage, but I don't think we were... I think it was probably dangerous, just because I was worried the boss was gonna, like, smoke the whole room. They changed that boss so that he will, he'll just cook the whole room in an AoE and just kill you in one shot, so... Yeah, so those abyssal spawn boss rooms are kind of dangerous. It works pretty good. There are some pieces that I want. I want a megalomaniac for this build that has material solidification and chakra of thought, so that I can anoint stimulants. And in that case, If I get that, I would probably path up. Try to figure out a way to path and grab Shattering Blow to keep that, because that's really good against bosses. It's good against bosses and rares, but it's nice too, like when you're leaping. If they're armored, or if you're not breaking all, you get a lot of armor breaks out of heavy stunning. You can see this is corrupted as well. Apparently that was a powerful map boss, so it procced my Atlas here. Let me see, just so that we can do it for the, at least all the YouTubers have been doing it too. So we'd go just to show I have 10 boss points in there, so that was the most difficult the bosses can be. We got our Atlas map maxed out, 40 of 40 points, and so that was also a powerful map boss, and it's a corrupted map, so it's +1. It's radiated and corrupted, so it wasn't delirious, but we can do those. Like as you can see, it feels a little bit slow. Or maybe it looks a little bit slow, mostly because I didn't want to path in, and I did have this path for the area damage and to go into these here to get the extra speed, but we're so tanky and tough that like I didn't want to give that up, and you have to give up a lot of points to do it this way if you're pathing directly to it. So I had to give up a lot of damage to do that. I don't mind being a little slower if I have more damage and my defenses were in order. So I mean, perhaps I could path around another way and get it, but hasn't really been an issue. Sometimes when I'm grouping, it feels a little slow compared to some classes that have a lot of mobility. But I just feel like it's a lot nicer. Like it's a lot better when you are mapping and something like that comes up that's unexpected, and there's a lot of monsters and the boss was mixed in there, and we just have enough damage. Like we can just press buttons and kill everything. That little bit of extra damage helps. We're doing a lot more damage than the tooltip as well, because we have 30 rage and we're running Berserk. I didn't spec into Berserk because I mean, lots of people do, and I know it's extra flat damage, but those 5 points were better used over here to get 55% attack damage. Feels a lot better than, you know, 17 extra rage and then 50, you know, whatever Berserk gives. It's like 58%, I think. Oh, it's 74. So, oh yeah, that's right, 75% of rage. So another 17 rage and then 75% of that. So that's a lot less than 55% attack damage. A lot less as far as percent damage. And I tested it, and it doesn't hit as hard as having a shield and the shield setup I have now and having this. So that was the only place where I felt like I could grab the points. Like, still, again, you're talking about 42% damage and an extra 22% chance for aftershocks. Comboing with this for aftershocks is better than having this as well. That's another place where I could have grabbed the points over here, but it's just better to have them there. It's better to have the 1%, the 45% extra all damage from Lay Siege, and then you get another 45% attack damage while holding a shield. There is much better than pathing into these, and we're doing mostly cold damage and physical damage on everything. Yeah, dude. So I mean, so this here, let's see, yeah, this here, we're not really doing a lot of fire damage, so there wasn't really any point. And I tested, I didn't like Molten One's Gift for my setup. Like I said, we're doing mostly physical and cold damage, so it was much better to run it this way. Gets frenzy charges all day long, lots of armor breaks. Yeah, we're gonna get ready to do breakfast here, so we'll probably run one more map. Maybe we can run C notes, but that one's pretty weak usually. I was hoping to have a Citadel lined up, but they've been kind of stingy. I've probably done 5 screen links since my last, like full screens on the Atlas since my last Citadel. Feels like I'm getting ripped off. Maybe we'll do this guy, because this guy's kind of nasty. The Mammoth. I think it would be smart to do the Mammoth. This is part of my video game research too, by the way. We're just going to keep doing our video game research. Normally I don't play too many games recently. I've mostly just been actually doing research. But let's see, effectiveness. Yeah, we'll just chuck that in. We don't care. So doing some video game research. I have a developer crew I'm working with, and it's going well. And we've ramped up our meetings lately. We're starting to build a pitch deck. So yeah, so here's Delirious here. We'll do it just for the sake of the video. I really hope I don't get killed while I'm doing this. I hope did I check the map? Just make sure there's nothing like ridiculous in there. Yeah, lowered resistances and more life, bleeding, and all kinds of crazy shit. Hopefully there isn't like something really dumb that I missed. I just kind of scanned it. I don't want to goof around too much, but yeah, I mean, we're getting armor breaks. It's not really fast, but maybe we'll get an Omen of Light. I really hate I hate those abyssals, whatever they're called, loyalty to. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you're up. What is that, funny? Is that funny? So. We're using charge infusion too, so we're getting extra defense whenever we get those armor breaks. I hate the frozen ground. I mean, it's pretty tough, and if we need to, we have active block. I mean, I've got that set up with Embitter as well. You can see there we blocked and everything exploded, so I mean, we're pretty tough. Like when we block, we're pretty impervious. High health pool and high stun threshold. So I mean, that's a nice little utility that you get that you don't get from dual wielding. And then you just block and everything explodes, and it kind of gives you some room. So if you need to block, you can. You just not take it. You know, they took my shield away, but. But it was only 1,000. The shield's 1,000, so I mean, I still had 3,800 hit points left. So we're recovering and regenning a lot. With a high health pool, you get a lot of regen as well. So I mean, it's a little slow, but it feels tough. And it does enough single target damage, so it's good. I mean, I'm just kind of toying around with these guys. Again, this is, you know, tier 15, irradiated, 6 mod, we're Delirious. And we're able to tank it just fine. We use Embitter, but I've also got Ice Bite on my Leap Slam. So when we leap, we get bonus ice damage. So it's kind of nice. Trying to get down here to the boss, but I guess not. So we're gonna fight this mammoth thing and probably call it here. But we'll do some more streams with the warrior. So you just smoke him like that, and just kill him. So I mean, you can see the single target, they just splat. He died without even trying. So it does really good single target damage. And we have an active block, and the clear is not really there compared to some builds. But I looked at the tooltip damage, and it seems like a lot of builds that are being shown don't really have anywhere near the Sunder damage that this build's doing. I'll go into my jewels a little bit before I quit, I think, once I just clear a little bit more. This can do simulacrum and all the endgame content as well. I've done it personally, and I've done it in a group as well. So we have a small group that we're playing with, usually 3 to 4 guys, and so we've done all the our guild farmed pinnacle bosses. So we did the ritual boss, and we do no, don't do that. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me, Coolamek. Coolamek loyal dudes. Alright, thought he wouldn't die for a second. Grab my exalted orbs. Alright. Yeah, that's probably good. We'll just call it here. So anyway, so this will do all the endgame content. What is it? I got sidetracked there because I was fighting that Coolamek, and I hate those guys because they have the purple splashies, and like I said, I'm not really socketed. I don't have a lot of chaos resist at 26%, so that's a little low. I'd like to have a little bit more, but I couldn't quite fit it in where I was at, and I don't want to give up any of my sockets or anything. But yeah, so we've done all of those as a guild as well. So in group, it still holds up as a tank. But what I normally do is when I farm simulacrum, I'll pop some points out for a little bit on the damage side, and I'll grab this here for armor, and I'll grab this for armor and grab this, and it'll bring my armor total, because there's a lot of physical damage in simulacrum specifically, not really a lot of others. There's some elemental and things, but for the most part it's just a lot of physical damage and delirious monsters. So I'll pop for a little bit of extra armor. If I'm not feeling like it's enough, I can grab these aftershocks here and go into armor here, get 50% from body armor, and with that and 3 points here, from here, take the aftershocks out because you don't need them, and just go tanky. Then you have way more than enough physical mitigation with 45% chance to block. You will be very tanky, and simulacrum it'll be trivial. And so I do that looking for megalomaniac. Mainly I'm looking for what this is the one I have now. I have shattering blow, material solidification. So this is really good because we get extra physical damage and effective fully broken armor, obviously, but the extra physical. Oh, hey, you want me to switch this? Okay. Okay, we can do that. Yeah, this is a fun one. So, yeah, so you get the extra armor break on your Herald Vice is mainly what that's for. I mean, the extra damage is nice. Extra damage is physical damage is good for stuns and stuff, but it's mostly so that you get reliable armor breaks on your Herald Vice, which is the biggest problem of the build, because you want that to hit so that you get endurance charges, and then you get free from charge infusion that we're running. You get, let me see here, charge infusion right here. So you get with an endurance charge, you get extra defenses. So that's armor and energy shield on this build, so that helps. And so that's what that's for. The armor breaks are to get endurance charges off of Herald of Ice. So I'll show that real quick. Try to do that quickly. We're control this. See, yeah, I got Uruk smelting. And then armor break 3, armor explosion, magnified area, elemental armament. And so that extra physical damage is so that you do more ice damage, and that way it freezes more reliably. And then you get so that way when you freeze, you get the explosion from Herald of Ice. Obviously, you know how that works, but you get the armor explosion, which triggers. But so that's just so that you get armor breaks with the physical damage off of both. excuse me, have the chance to give you an armor break, and then when you get that armor break from armor break 3, you get the endurance charge. So that's what you're looking to do, and that helps significantly with that. You also need to let's see, shattering blow is really good because you break armor when you heavy stun, and so that also plays into all of it. It's great for single target damage, but also like when you're clearing, if you're leap slamming, then you're getting heavy stuns, so it makes it easier to get the armor breaks. So that's really nice. But you're doing all of that so that you can do this without a porcelain ring, or what is it? Porcelain? Porcelain? Let me take a look at that and take one more swing. I think we can do it. Porcelain. Porcelain. Yeah. So I have one. I have a good one. Extra life regeneration was what I wanted when I was running it, but I do enough damage so I can get the freezes. Like between that and the hammer that was suggested by that gentleman who had the build, we'll do our best to try it. If I have time this morning, I'll fit it in the video and credit him. But if you look up on YouTube Volcanic Titan, he is the YouTuber who came up with this build, and he goes in depth about the build and how it works and how you need to have extra physical damage on your hammer. And so our guild got together and helped, and we were able to craft onto this one, pick it up and craft onto this one to build up our tank, which is this character. And so shout out to my guildies. Shout out to Dunch for helping out. And he also crafted onto this. He bought this amulet and crafted onto it. Got lucky. And he was able to fracture the melee skills on and work on it, and he got one and got the body armor. We worked on it for the desecration, is what he did. So he's a smart guy, good crafter. So that's good Amy. And I bought this for way overpriced from Trader. I think one of the other guildies even brought it up, but it was worth it because it was one of two the best that I could find on Trader, because of the high armor. It gives a lot of options. I mean, having that extra armor, having almost 700 armor on the gloves is just fucking sick with all the right stats. It's got a tier 2 physical damage to attacks, but that's okay. It's like 4 or 5 physical damage, which was fine. I was fine with everything else a tier 1. But leave some options if you wanted to spec with a set of gloves like these. If I wanted to spec into leather-bound gauntlets and then grab iron reflexes, so I could grab like a shitload of armor from this, grab like another 700 armor on top of that from gloves almost, and then grab another 200 armor from this all at once there. So you could get really tanky. I just don't need it because I'm doing mapping and citadels mostly right now, or like farming Omens of Light and like Abyssal Echoes and shit. So like when I play, like I said, but yeah, I guess I was expecting to have some time in the morning, but it looks like we are going to have an early morning today. So I'm gonna call it quits. Thank you for anyone who came to check out that map swing that I did. We'll do some more gaming videos with this, maybe if some of the guildies are on. Most of the guys I think quit for the league. They're done early. I'm mostly done with this build too, so but I jump in once in a while and do a couple maps, try to find citadels and stuff. But as you can see here, I mean, we're doing 335k, almost 336k Sunder damage, which is and has a high chance of aftershocks as well. And we're running the shout setup, seismic cry, if we want to get extra. Yeah, actually, we might have a second and do it so we can do the war cries and show how that damage works. I don't think I war cried once except for just 2. So we'll do one more. Let's see what we got here. Stun threshold and what is it, ailment threshold? Yeah, that's good. Extra monster damage. Yeah, this is a nasty little map. I mean, especially where we're looking to freeze. So if you know the build where it's looking to freeze, And they have ailment threshold and stun threshold, which is our 2 crowd control. Like, so that's going to make them harder to freeze, and we'll see if it still reliably shatters without porcelain kiln. Yeah, it's interesting, but you can see it's still getting armor breaks and still freezing. We're getting ice chunks everywhere, and that's with how much ailment threshold did they get off the proc? Let's see, stun threshold, they got 100%. I knew they were going to get more, but let's see, ailment threshold, 100. Yeah, so they have 100% more ailment and stun threshold, and they're still stun, armor break, shattering. I mean, we can just leap slam along. We don't really have to work too hard. And we just kind of walk around and smash everything. We're not even running time of need. I kind of miss having that set in, but we're so tough that it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of annoying. But the build still works, even regardless of those mods, which normally they used to shut the build off, but I got some upgrades recently, and I wanted to be able to pound through that mod on the map, because you know how PoE2 is, like, fucking, it reads your build with the algorithm, I think, and just keeps giving you the same mods that you hate over and over again. Like, it's kind of reading what's challenging your character and then giving you those. I'm still going to keep an eye on my health, because I tend to pop maps in, and not if I get some kind of mod that sucks, I don't notice it right away. I mean, it'll just shatter these. No sweat. I have to be careful to give them a chance to come out sometimes, because I could just smash whack-a-mole and just crush them. Oh, I said I was going to show the shouts too, but I just got smashy. Let's see. Let's get another pile of monsters, because when we're shouting, we're better. So the echoing cry, you can see there, we don't have to be in a dangerous position to shout, and we could still get... And you can see we're getting a lot more charges. We're getting some more a little bit extra snap on our hits, which isn't too bad for not being spec'd into war cries at all. I mean, we're just supported. You can see there we got some shout explosions. I mean, we just splat everything. It's not too challenging at this point with being geared. I mean, the game's challenging, but when you're geared, this build's not too bad. It's pretty tough. I mean, we're just heavy block. Not really tough at all for a tank. And we can go higher. Like I said, when we get that other chest piece, we could go with a health mod and... Okay, so we got temporal chains, and we kind of feel that. Like, which just slows us. And so that's kind of annoying for this build, but you can run time of need. Now hold on a second. Now let me get a drink off my Stanley cup here. Get a little bit of coffee, because we're all still getting our eyes open here. And I got like a little toolbox over here that they give you for being a Titan. So I've got my time I need with compressed duration right there. So if you get a bunch of curse maps, you could probably pop something out. I mean, take your choice. It would probably be Berserk if I really wanted it. But yeah, I mean, temporal chains is annoying, but I'm not like in any danger or anything. I mean, as you can see, we've got full charges there with charge infusion. It doesn't really matter too much. It's not much different with the other curses either. They don't affect us too much. Just try to avoid them. If you notice when they pop on the screen, you know, I'll try to avoid them just because I don't want to get hit by enemy spells. It's more or less like an ethical thing for me than an actual safety thing. It's just like, you know, if you're going to curse me, nah, fuck you, I'm going to move. I'm going to try to move. Like, I don't want your dirty magic on me. You know, it's just rude. Cast your filthy magic all over my tune, all over my body. I don't want that. I don't want that on me. So, yeah, so we'll go in here and we'll do the boss here. This guy's... And just heavy stun him and just smack him. I probably could have hit Earth Shatter a few times and shouted again, but, you know. And it cleans it up once you get that much extra damage. I think he tried to hit me, but he did get heavy stun. 23% increased effectiveness on the map as well. They had 38% monster elemental resistances and ailment threshold, and we were getting freezes reliably. It's probably because of Requip is low, allows you to get through the extra resistances because they become inverted, I assume. So increased resistances aren't going to affect your ability to freeze, I guess, but the ailment threshold probably will on their end, because that's just a threshold you have to break to freeze them, get freeze build up. So there's that, but you know, we're reliably getting freeze and armor breaks. You could hear them throughout the map while I was working. I think I could take this build further if I wanted to. Oh, cool. Yeah, our rings sold. We put affordable rings. And just say thank you and joy for being a customer. They bought it for 1 divine. So I put affordable stuff in there if I find it. I don't junk it. Put it in there. Someone might still want something that's cheap leveling, and it's a divine, so I mean. But more importantly, it helped somebody who wanted a piece of leveling gear, and I wasn't too snooty to pick it up and see its value and put it in there for cheap for someone to just grab and be able to use. So yeah. So those are just kind of nice little things to keep the market going, keep people playing. Encourage people to play video games and have fun. This is a good game. I played a few leagues now. It's fun. It's not finished by any means. It's still in early access, but it's definitely a lot of fun. I'm going to check the chat real quick and see if anybody popped in. We haven't streamed in a while, and it's early morning, so there's that. But I just want to thank all you guys for checking us out today. Really appreciate you, and this has been the Sunder Sentinel Warrior build. And if you want to try it, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments, and we will catch you next time.